Yeah. Hi Lalita and Mahesh. I'm recording this voice file from Stuttgart, from Degerloch. I'll show you later through the video how it looks here. It's one of my favorite locations. And I'm really looking forward to do it because I'm using the modular technology of doing so, which really makes this simple to me. And that is why I will sometimes give also background information on how I effectively have done that. I have understood that I need to reduce the complexity in order to make this really easy, and I'm doing that modular, which effectively means is I'm recording this voice file right now on an ICIC Sony MP3 recorder off the computer. I'm not running the screencast, which records my face, nor which records the screen. I will aggregate my face and my screen later to this MP3. First, I want to speak out this MP3 in order to be sure that I have the plot, that the structure for my tutorial is proper. If I have a proper spoken structure for my tutorial, later I can record my face and I can just pretend that I'm speaking. It doesn't really matter that whether I'm speaking that live again. I'm just listening to that, and I'm opening my mouth in such a way that this seems that I'm speaking it live. That reduces the complexity for me to record it, and I'm also free to point the core on the screen. I can choose which pictures of the screen support mostly what I'm effectively saying here, and that's why I'm using that modular approach, and that is very nice. So let me start. The intro which I'm giving here is for the process 2.1.2, which is called Define Grundriss Type of the new flat based on the old flat Grundriss type. It is labeled in yellow, and it is in the ticket in the page 2.1 Define Flat USBs. So the overall background is determined by the GANs which are succeeding and preceding this specific process. Overall, let me give a quick rundown. This is about our publication process, and our publication process tries to identify the USPs of a flat, visualizes them and publishes them through a professional site which is called Immobilien Scout, and in that entire process, the visualization of the Grundriss is one of the main elements. And as I'm seeing right now in front of me in the ticket, I'm seeing that this process is divided in three sub-processes, A, B, C. And in the process A, we are describing a sub-process in which we are receiving material, drawing a sketch based on that material, comparing that sketch with a typology, choosing from that typology the type which matches that newly created sketch mostly, and overwrite that type based on the information which we are receiving from the video. So that's what we're doing, and this whole tutorial would have been already completed if we would have not, if we could have just merged the section of Lalita later onto it, how it is done in the reality. Unfortunately, we have chosen to record that in screencast, and that's why it is locked. If we would have done that recording in Camtasia already, my intro plus this application would have solved the problem nicely. The first tutorial would have been rock solidly out. Now we need to most probably redo the application part of this process again. Alright, so much regarding the intro. To me, if I'm seeing this process as it is right now. It's fine, it's understandable. The process, the sub-process A, I would love to regroup this in the following way. The next lower level of that is we are showing in the, one second, I'll open it. It could be in the process point 2, so A and then point 2. We are showing here as when you watch the video in parallel, draw a rough sketch of the floor plan of the new flat in paper or software or Paint or Visio. So draw something. To me, this could be nicely stabilized if that process could have been broken down one level lower, which was, well, if you have to draw something new, in the first point, spot the elements of that new, which is spot the outer frame, the outer walls of that, spot the number of rooms, spot the position of the inner walls, spot the position of the windows, spot the position of the doors. So if this process 2 would have been broken down a bit further to that level, that would have been rock solid for me. Then the video which Lalita has produced would have been also far easier to handle, and we can do that also in a later step. Let me just have it here as an outline of where this process should go. So I don't think I have to repeat a lot. This process is about reading out the Grundriss information from a video, typologizing, comparing it with a typology, and overwriting that type Grundriss onto the new Grundriss, into a new Grundriss. This is what this is all about, and the details of how that is done will be reproduced by Mahesh in his application in the part 2, which is application of this specific case. There he will show how the step 1 is done. Watch the video, he'll say, okay, let's open the video here. Then he'll say step 2 is, when you watch it, draw in parallel the thing. He'll show that. Then he'll say step 3, open the typology, compare it, then paste it, step 4, step 5, etc., etc. He'll show it in detail, and my input here is to give the basic intro so that the background information is there. The visualization of this is also there, and this can nicely meet with Mahesh's application on the flat of Drackensteinstr.mp4. Righto, thank you very much, and bye bye.